Namaskar. The updates on coronavirus and the vital importance of social distancing are the focus of News Night tonight. Maharashtra has put in place some strict social distancing measures in cities like Mumbai, Pune and Nagpur. The Central Railways is running special trains to meet the surge in passenger traffic to East as well as North India. In Delhi too, the government has assessed the readiness in case of possible escalation of cases, and all this will be discussed in News Night tonight. Let's begin with the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds a meeting with chief ministers of states through a video conference, reiterates the importance of constant vigilance, calls on states and the centre to work together, stresses that there is no need for panic. The chief ministers thanked the Prime Minister for the support given by the centre to the states. Health Minister Harshvardhan says that coronavirus has not spread at the community level in the country. Medical research on its treatment is continuing. Maximum emphasis on maintaining social distancing. All passenger trains from Saturday midnight till Sunday 10 p.m. will not run. States take major steps to prevent coronavirus spread. Mumbai, Nagpur, Pune, Pimpri, Chinwad to remain closed. In Maharashtra till the 31st of March. Exemption for essential services, banks, grocery stores, medical stores, all malls closed in Delhi till the 31st of March. All markets in Delhi to be closed for the next 3 days. No metro services on Sunday. Section 144 imposed in Haryana. Coronavirus continues to spread across the world. More than 2.5 lakh people are infected. The death toll exceeds 10,000. Italy has more deaths now than China, and 60-hour curfew in Sri Lanka from Friday. Well, many other countries take tough steps. WHO praises Prime Minister Modi's efforts. Congress government in Madhya Pradesh falls. The Chief Minister Kamal Nath has resigned even before the floor test. The BJP expresses happiness. Shivraj Singh Chauhan says that the government fell due to internal discord. The BJP MLAs hold an important meeting. 7 years after the gruesome rape of Nirbhaya, she gets justice. Now all 4 convicts are hanged in Tihar jail at 5:30 this morning. Nirbhaya's family expresses happiness. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says justice has won. Lok Sabha approves the Indian Institute of Information Technology Laws Amendment Bill. The bill gives status of national importance to 5 triple ITs running under public-private partnership. Former Indian football player and coach P.K. Banerjee passes away. Banerjee was captain, coach and technical director of the Indian football team for many years. Rich tributes, including from Bollywood, paid to the football legend. Our top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today held a video conference with the chief ministers of different states to assess the preparations being made by them to fight against coronavirus. The central government is making every effort on a war footing, in fact, to overcome COVID-19. The risk profiling of passengers too has been expanded now to include all passengers from Australia, the UK and the United States as well. Here's a report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a video conference with chief ministers of various states and deliberated on ways to check the spread of the virus. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan and top health ministry officials were also present in the meeting held via video link. Prime Minister said that the threat of the pandemic is common for all states and underscored the need of centre and all states working together. He said that while participation of citizens is necessary to combat the challenge, panic needs to be avoided. He added that given the global context of the spread of the virus in various countries, constant vigilance is of paramount importance. He said that the next 3 to 4 weeks are crucial in efforts to contain the spread of the virus, and the most important measure for containment is social distancing. He requested the chief ministers to ensure effective implementation of the same. The Chief Ministers briefed the Prime Minister and others about the preparations done till now. They requested for augmentation of testing facilities, greater support to vulnerable sections, advancement of financial disbursement for 2020-21 to the states, and requested for roping in private labs and hospitals in larger numbers. All the Chief Ministers assured their support and reaffirmed that all states will work together with the Government of India to combat the pandemic. They thanked the Prime Minister for the support given by the centre and also appreciated the impact of Prime Minister's message in his address to the nation. Prime Minister in turn appreciated the steps taken by states and thanked them for sharing their experiences and giving suggestions. He stressed on the urgent need of capacity building of healthcare workers and augmentation of healthcare infrastructure. He suggested that the Chief Ministers should do video conference with trade bodies in their states to prevent black marketing and undue price rise. He urged them to use soft power of persuasion as well as legal provisions wherever necessary. Earlier in Lok Sabha, Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan reiterated that there is no community transmission of the virus in the country. All known best practices have been put into action to tackle the challenge.
Infection in this country, you see, it is traveling from one person to other. It has not yet gone into the community. Even for the community also, separately, the ICMR is doing tests for picking up people from the community to see whether there is any evidence of transmission in the communities.
According to the Health Ministry, the number of coronavirus positive cases in India has risen to 223. So far, 4 deaths have been recorded.
6,700 के करीब, बल्कि उससे ज़्यादा नंबर पर हम उनके कॉन्टैक्ट्स को मॉनिटर कर रहे हैं. 4 डेथ हुई थी. इसमें एक मुख्य अंश ये है कि जितनी भी ये डेथ हुई हैं, इनमें 64 साल प्लस और कोमॉर्बिडिटीज, यानी कि उनको उससे के अलावा भी ऑलरेडी कुछ बीमारियां थी जिसके कारण से वे वल्नरेबल थे और उनको हमें मतलब बड़े दुख के रूप में कहना पड़ेगा कि हमें उन्हें खोया.
Government is laying maximum emphasis on social distancing. Advisories have been issued to cut down on use of public transport and to maintain distance between passengers while travelling.
एक मुख्य अंश ये भी था सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के रूप में कि जो हमारे मोस्ट वल्नरेबल, जो हमारे एल्डरली हैं, सीनियर सिटीजन्स हैं और इसी तरह से जो छोटे बच्चे हैं, हमने उनको, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी उनको रिक्वेस्ट की थी, उनको कहा था कि आप कृपया आने वाले कुछ समय तक अपने घर में रहें जब तक कि आपको कोई मेजर कार्य ना हो, बाहर ना जाएं.
Steps to tackle the COVID-19 challenge are being taken on a war footing. With Bureau Inputs, News Night Desk, DD India.
Well, the total number of infections in the country is at 223. 22 people have recovered after treatment, while 4 have died. Here's an update on the current situation across the country.
Maharashtra has the maximum number of positive cases so far. Amid growing concern over the spread of coronavirus, Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has announced that all workplaces in major cities in Maharashtra, including Mumbai and Pune, will remain closed till the 31st of March. The shutdown will be applicable in Mumbai Metropolitan Region, Pune, Pimpri-Chinchwad and Nagpur. Essential services will remain open, which include food, milk and medicines. Banks will also remain functional. The Chief Minister ruled out shutting down public transport in Mumbai. Shops remained closed in several parts of Mumbai on Friday. Meanwhile, the Delhi government has decided to discontinue its non-essential services till the 31st of March and allowed workers of such departments to work from home. Singer Kanika Kapoor has become the first Bollywood celebrity to test positive for coronavirus in the country and says she is under complete quarantine and medical care. There were reports that the singer landed in Lucknow from the United Kingdom and was admitted in a city hospital after she showed signs of flu. Among those who attended the party in Lucknow are former Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje and her son and BJP MP Dushyant. Both have placed themselves in self-quarantine. An Italian tourist in Rajasthan who had recently recovered from the coronavirus infection died of a heart attack.
वो एक्यूट स्मोकर थे, उनके लंग्स करीब करीब खराब थे, तो इटालियन एम्बेसी ने कहा कि इनको दूसरी बीमारियों का इलाज कराने के लिए हम निजी चिकित्सालय में भर्ती कराना चाहते हैं, तो उनको फोर्टिस में भर्ती कराया गया. वहाँ सवेरे उनका हार्ट अटैक से डेथ हुई है. तो कॉज.
On another front, Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh took to Twitter denying rumours of shutting down internet services in the wake of coronavirus outbreak and urged people not to share unsubstantiated reports. With Bureau Inputs, News Night Desk, DD India.
So let's take a look at some of the measures that have been put in place across the country in different states. Let's begin with Maharashtra. So Maharashtra has taken some tough decisions. All major cities closed till the 31st of March. What are these cities? Mumbai, the metropolitan region area of Mumbai, also Pune, Pimpri-Chinwad, Nagpur. These are the cities that are going to be closed, in a sense, till the 31st of this month. The government offices will be at 25% attendance in Maharashtra. Also, the state has 52 coronavirus cases, positive cases. So that's an area of concern. And essential services, food, milk, medicines, all these will remain open. That's important. Banks also will remain open and functional because the city needs these things. They are absolutely essential. The public transport will not be shut down in Mumbai because it is the lifeline of the city. So that's not going to be shut down, but employers will ensure minimum wage also of employees. That's a request that the Chief Minister has made. And the next 15 days are going to be crucial, is what the state government believes. Social distancing is the only option for the state. That's why they've taken these tough decisions. Trains, buses could stop as a last resort. They could stop, the trains, in fact, the suburban trains in Mumbai, in case it is a last resort. 123 Mumbai churches, they have suspended their masses and their services, so that's also an important aspect. Let's move on to the Central Railway. What has it done? The Central Railway has some special trains running to clear the extra rush of passengers all wanting to move out of Mumbai. So the dates are from the 20th to the 22nd of March. These are special trains that are going to be running. There's a surge of passengers from Mumbai and Pune, and they are wanting to move largely to the north of the country, the destinations to the east and to the north of India. So there are about 10, in fact, trains that will be running, over 10 special trains that have been announced, running over the next 2 days to clear the backlog, to clear the surge in the number of passengers. Reservations are open. Now, bookings are open for others, but of course for the general and the sleeper categories, in fact, it's an unreserved seat. Tickets can be booked through the UTS as applicable. That's the situation as far as the Central Railway is concerned. Let's take a look at Delhi now. What's happened in Delhi? All the malls are closed. So that's an important aspect. Nobody can go to the malls, but grocery and pharmacy stores which are within the malls, they will remain open. So that's important because the groceries are essential as well as medicines. All non-essential staff to work from home. That's the request being given out by the Delhi government. All non-essential staff to work at home. All markets to remain closed for the next 3 days. That's important. From the 21st to the 23rd, all markets are going to be closed in Delhi. The Chief Minister has met with the medical superintendents of Delhi government hospitals. He's reassessed the situation with them. He's assessed the readiness in case of an escalation. So Delhi is preparing itself, and the only way basically is also social distancing or social isolation in a sense. Let's move on to another state now. In fact, Delhi, the total cases are in the national capital is currently at 14. The 22nd of March, the metro services, that's the day the Prime Minister has announced that we should be having a sort of a Janta curfew, and that was going to take place so that metro will not run. Delhi, 3 Delhi huts will be shut also in Delhi. So, and also the Ho bus services, which is of the tourism department in Delhi, they stand suspended for the time being. Let's move on to Chandigarh. 5 cases have tested positive in Chandigarh. So let's see some of what Chandigarh is doing. 42 people have been home quarantined there, and their gathering of 50 or more people is banned till the 31st of March. So they are slightly not on the same footing, but Chandigarh has also imposed 144 CRPC in the Union Territory. Chandigarh making that important announcement. Also in Haryana, 144 CRPC has been imposed there. So gathering of more than a certain number of people not allowed. The 22nd of March, the state transport buses to remain off the roads. In Haryana, the 22nd of March is the day the Prime Minister has called for a Janta curfew. 3,330 travelers, persons in contact with suspected cases under surveillance. Okay, So 2,465 persons are under home quarantine. We are talking about Jammu here. All modes of public transport are off the roads in Jammu. All roads, the state road transport buses also will ply on some routes only. They were going to ply on some routes, not on all routes. They'll be plying on some routes. Now, what's happened in Tamil Nadu is that Tamil Nadu has requested that bus services to other states be reduced. Tamil Nadu is wanting to isolate itself from other states. The railways have been requested to reduce trains from other states into Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, in sense, wanting to isolate itself. The weekly markets, large jewelry, textile shops are closed till March 31 in Tamil Nadu. Passengers from Kerala and Delhi, in fact, in Tamil Nadu are being screened, and this is an important aspect. Let's take a look at some of the eastern parts of the country. Let's go to Himachal first. Well, Himachal trains in Himachal's Kangra have been cancelled. The Shimla-Kalka services are currently on. These are some of the latest updates from these states. Ladakh, up there, right at the top of the country, only locals, civilian officers, security personnel are allowed to travel there, allowed to land by flight. So that's what it means. No outsiders are allowed in Ladakh. And in Uttar Pradesh, registries of properties are closed till the 31st of March. So you can't register any property there till the 31st of March. Bars, cafes, hair salons have been shut till the 31st of March as well. And in Uttarakhand, there's a ban on tourist entry in Uttarakhand, a famous tourist place. The Forest Research Institute of Dehradun is out of limits in Uttarakhand. Important 3 coronavirus positive cases have been reported from Uttarakhand. Let's move on to West Bengal then. West Bengal government has been creating what's called a state emergency fund, but it's wanting people to contribute, so anyone who wishes to donate to this fund can do so. So this is a state emergency fund. The PDS rice that it was up for 2 rupees per kg will now be free for the next 6 months, is what the West Bengal government has announced. The state government employees will be working in a rotation system. They are not all going to be working together. Also now further east in Arunachal Pradesh, all visitors, that includes the inner line permit people, they are not allowed to come in to Arunachal Pradesh. This is with effect from the 21st of March. It will last till further orders. And the well-being of Arunachali people is coming first. That's what the Chief Minister Pema Khandu has said there. In Meghalaya, Shillong, the markets, offices, commercial establishments have been shut for 24 hours, will be shut on Saturday, that is tomorrow. Assembly of 5 or more people is prohibited in Meghalaya. Assam, the Bodoland Territorial Council election, which was scheduled for the 4th of April, has been deferred. So this is what the situation looks like across the country with regard to the measures that have been put in place for the coronavirus, to prevent the spread of coronavirus, to keep it in its tracks, in a sense. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll discuss a little more. Stay with us.
हमें बचपन से एक बात सिखाई गई थी कि जिस क्षण का आपने सदुपयोग नहीं किया वो क्षण मर जाता है। आज पूरी दुनिया से 5.5 लाख तक लोग स्पर्श गंगा अभियान से जुड़े हुए हैं, जो न सिर्फ माँ गंगा की बल्कि गंगा से जुड़ी हुई सारी नदियों की, सारी ट्रिब्यूटरीज की चिंता करते हैं। मैं यूनाइटेड नेशन के बहुत सारे पैनल से जुड़ी हूँ, मैं जेंडर इक्वालिटी से भी जुड़ी हूँ, और ये बात मैं कहती हूँ कि जब हम महिला सशक्तिकरण की बात करते हैं, हर महिला के लिए महिला सशक्तिकरण के पहलू तो बदल सकते हैं, पर जो उसका मेन सार है ना, वो एक ही होता है।
And so let's bring in our discussion point tonight, and this is in focus tonight. What we are discussing is a responsible citizens can keep COVID away. And so to discuss this, we have in the studio two eminent guests. We are joined by Dr. S.M. Raheja, Senior Physician and Medical Superintendent at GB Pant Hospital, and Dr. Anil Gurtu is Department of Medicine at Lady Hardinge Medical College. Thank you very much, gentlemen doctors, for being with us. So I see that you're carrying some masks with you, Dr. Raheja. What exactly are you wanting to tell us with these masks? Masks are not meant for everybody, right? Masks are only meant for people who are suffering from some sort of ailment, or or for people who are caregivers. Is that what it is, isn't it?
Definitely, because if you see, there is a severe shortage of masks in the market also, and that is why I thought I must make the people aware on it. Basically, for a healthy adult who has no comorbid conditions, they don't need to wear masks. That is very, very important. The point to understand is that mask is only meant for the people, those who have got cough, cold, fever symptoms, to prevent infection to another person.
Yes.
It is more for the person who is sick, and for that you only need this mask, which is a surgical 3-layered mask, because it is being used by the person who is suffering from cough, cold, fever like symptoms, to prevent when he coughs or sneezes, the infection does not spread to other healthy people, because it is spreading through the aerosols, and the droplets, they settle on the furniture, tabletop, curtains, fabrics, and the person who touches it, they are passed on. So only for the healthcare provider it has to be used. And there is another mask which is very popular and difficult to get in the market because of this shortage, because people are trying to stock it. This is N95 mask. It's
basically meant for pollution, right?
No, it is only meant for the healthcare providers.
Okay, fair enough.
Those who are looking after the patient suffering from corona or seasonal influenza H1N1, because N95 means it can filter out more than 95% of the 2.5 micron particles.
That's right, yes.
So it has to be only used by a specific, there is indication for using them. So I sincerely feel that if you are unnecessarily buying masks, storing and using them, you are, what will happen when the needy person needs it, actually he will not get it. So it can do more harm. So we have to ensure that we are using them rationally. Wherever they are indicated, they should be used, of course. And for a normal healthy person, they don't need to wear mask, because the mask has a life. Normally the life of a mask is 4 to 6 hours, or if and you should not use it next day or sort of thing. And if the mask is wet, soiled or dirty, it must be replaced.
That's fine.
There is a indication to wear the mask. Before you wear the mask, you should have your hand should be clean.
Yes.
And it should be really fitting tight on your face, so that no air enters from the sides. So few precautions are to be taken, and when you are removing it, remove it with clean hands and dispose it off as per the guidelines. Don't throw it here and there, because even that can cause infection.
Okay. Dr. Gurtu, let's understand why we are going in for social distancing in such a large way. This is a way to, the virus can survive on inanimate objects for about 12 hours. So, if we keep away from contaminating large amounts of areas, then the virus will die by itself, isn't it? Is that basically what social distancing is all about?
Yeah. To understand what social distancing is and how it works, let us first understand how does this virus transmit person to person. This virus is an inert particle, not even fulfilling the criteria of what we call life. It has no legs, it has no wings, it cannot move, walk, it cannot fly. and yet it has spread
across the world, yes.
the globe. Why? How? We must understand that, and then everything can be derived rationally from there, and we can make our own rules. If I have this virus in me and I am unwell,
Yes.
I am ill with corona, I cough, I sneeze. Sometimes it's more of cough with corona rather than sneeze.
Yes.
So I cough, and when I cough, what happens? A jet of air escapes my mouth as a cough, the sound, and that jet travels at a very high speed. Contained within the jet are tiny droplets, mucus, saliva, secretions. Embedded within each droplet are millions of coronaviruses, millions.
Okay.
And this jet emerges from my coughing mouth, arcs forward under the impact of the jet, and then
Yes.
gravity pulls it down and it falls on the surfaces within 1 meter or 3 feet of my positioning. Once it falls and settles on everything that's around within 3 feet or 1 meter of my coughing position, the glass, the pen, the surface, everywhere.
Yes.
If you are within that 1 meter or 3 feet, you get it directly sprayed by my cough. If you are away and sometimes later you come there and touch that surface,
Yes, indeed.
and then with that hand you touch your nose, your mouth or your eyes, a common habit, frequent
That's
touching,
Absolutely.
the virus travels to me. So, the virus that cannot walk, that cannot fly, my hand and my behavior
Indeed.
creates a vehicle. My hands, it travels on my hands to me and from me to you through your hands.
It's also got some help with a few airplanes also. I mean, in traveling across the world.
Yes.
That's something that.
So, we are the aeroplanes of
yeah,
this
we-
virus,
yes,
literally.
indeed.
Yeah, that
But
is
you-
why we say good hand hygiene is very, very important.
True, indeed.
And on this issue also, it is important to say that you should be washing hand as frequently as possible during the season. And there is a technique which takes 20 seconds. You have to put the soap on
Indeed,
your palm.
Indeed, doctor.
Then you reverse it, interlacing, clean your this area.
Right.
Then you clean your interlacing this area. Then you will clean your thumb, and you clean your tip of the
So the
fingers
minimum
and
amount is
nails.
20 seconds.
20.
Yeah, you should give actual timing.
Okay.
And it is always best to wash the hand
Right.
with good soap, which can
Right.
remove the dust and particles and virus as well and bacteria. And if somehow you are not able to wash hands, because if you are in a room or something, you are traveling, and I mean in the office, then it is important that you use the alcohol based sanitizers.
Indeed.
So, preferably I think washing hands is the better choice.
Okay.
Second choice becomes your sanitizers, and because sanitizer will only work when your hands are not very dirty, sort of. If they are very dirty, still the virus will escape the effect of sanitizer. And the technique remains same, because most of the viruses, bacteria, they are basically sitting
Right.
here, they are entrapped here, and they will be transmitted to our eyes, nose, mouth when we touch it.
Okay.
So,
yes,
I
but
think
we're
these
trying
two
to
things
understand
are
also,
important.
Dr. Guttu, what the government has done by imposing all these important, let's say, bans, suspending trains, keeping people indoors, stopping people from going to the malls. These are things that people need to understand. Why is this so important? Because at a time like this, the virus can basically spread into the community. We are still preventing it from coming to the community. It has not yet reached the community, and by preventing people from by the social distancing, it can't. It does not come into the community. But even if it has come into the community, the virus will die on the surfaces of inanimate objects in this period of time. Is that basically what we are trying to do?
Yes, you said it. Basically, that this virus thrives on my closely interacting with you,
That's right.
and large groups of people coming out, gathering together, in high densities with high interactivity, close physical distance less than 1 meter. So, the solution, if the virus travels on my interaction with you within the proximity of 1 meter, the solution is to create a separation, and we call that social distancing. Distancing meaning a distance between any two
Right.
humans
Right.
in excess more than,
It breaks the chain.
and social containment, that is
That's right.
everyone lives in his or her home with the family and does not meet others socially. So, social distancing and social containment are the basic core objectives, and if implemented, they are known. By now we have examples of their success in other countries before
Yes.
us. They do work. Within 3 days of social distancing and closures, impact was seen in
Okay.
Wuhan and other countries. So, they work, and they work very effectively, provided we join together attitudinally to implement and make them
Absolutely.
work.
So this is the job of the people,
People,
Dr.
us.
Raheja. This is what we are discussing. The responsible citizens can actually make this, coronavirus go away by behaving responsibly, and that's what we are trying to talk about. We also know that we are living in the computer age, the network age. We know that the internet is basically a connection of computers, and we can see how viruses, computer viruses spread. In a sense, this is a system of how we as a human being are networked, and I mean, the virus is spreading through us, and the way to stop it is really to create firewalls, create blockages, avoid this a virus infected program from meeting another program. That's the kind of system.
Exactly.
It's pretty much the same, isn't it?
That is
as-
true.
yes.
Yeah, basically, when we talk of social containment and social distance, containment is you try to stay in your home,
That's right.
and distance is where you don't, tend to meet people around, sort of shaking hand, hugging, kissing, touching. So, this will break the chain, and earlier we do, the better the results, because the most important point is this virus is infective. Like a one infected person of corona can infect 2 to 3 persons. So, you can believe one person coming in contact with 3 people, 2 to 3
Right.
persons are, then those 3 come with another 3. So, it goes 9 into 9, 81, 81 into 81, like it will go exponentially.
Yes.
So, earlier we do,
That's right.
the better it is, because then we can really cut down that transmission of disease, and it is just breaking the chain at the right moment. And earlier we do it as a social responsibility, as a national responsibility, stay at home, as our honorable Prime Minister has said.
Right.
And really, it's a teamwork. You have to, government and the people of India have to work together. They have to rise together to the national issue, and we can do it if we do it sincerely and confidently.
Dr. Gurtu, let's also understand, the other side. The one is to contain it. The other, there is research that is going on and on right now to try and find a cure or something that can help the treatment of a person so that it doesn't reach a stage which is critical. The virus in most cases have been mild. Most of a very high percentage of the people recover. But there are reports that go around saying that sometimes it causes severe problems to the pulmonary tract, and you can't breathe, and you lose your life as a result of that. So to prevent that, people have to be intubated and things like that. But it's basically it survives only for 14 days. The virus, is that the case?
The incubation period.
In the entire process, a person gets infected. 14 days after that, he should be okay. It can't continue for a long.
He can express the symptoms
Yeah.
up to 14 days.
Right.
Average. The median is 5 days, but up to 14 days. For complete cure, he or she might require anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks
2 to 3 weeks.
of admission. But the good news is that more than 80% of those infected, those who get ill with this virus, recover without any problem. just like any passing influenza.
any
So the,
cold,
but the
yes,
problem,
influenza.
they are very mild cases. 80% will be mild when we take the whole population. That's quite a large chunk
Right.
will be without any problem. But the problem that generates is that since they
The
are
percentage of deaths in China was not very high compared to the over 80,000. They had about 3,000 plus deaths. In fact, it went up to over 80 plus thousand infections. But in the death rate in Italy is much higher, of about 10%. Is that some sort of some cause of concern that, you know, I mean, the second stage has moved from China to Italy. It's causing it's a much more stronger infection there.
virus hasn't really mutated into a more virulent mutant, that is for sure as of now. What accounts for higher mortality in Italy compared to China is yet not clearly known.
Okay.
The only two factors that we know as of now which can affect the outcomes, that is tilt the outcomes towards more adverse ones, are one, an underlying disease, chronic long-standing disease involving heart,
Yes.
lung,
Okay. So you have to
blood
have
pressure
some
problems, and age.
Fine, fair
60,
enough.
as you move above 60, the mortality rates, death rates show a steep rise.
Okay.
Below that, it's so low that it's almost 0.4, 0.3% as you go below 60.
Okay,
And above that, it
we're
shows.
running short of time. A final word from you, Dr. Raheja. What would you like to tell people? They have to be prepared for, you know, in a sense, social distancing, to keep
Social-
themselves occupied within themselves and understand the importance of their own behavior for society.
That is true. Social containment, social distance, these are the key point right now. And those who are at high risk, like elderly people, those who are diabetic, cardiac patient, patient of renal transplant, patient taking steroids, pregnant women, small children,
Yes.
patient of COPD or respiratory
Right,
diseases,
right.
they need to take extra precaution. That it has been seen these people are likely to get infection faster because of the low immunity, and if they get infected, the outcome is also not good. So important is
Yes.
we work together, work as a team,
Absolutely.
and rise to the nation's call and do it together.
So on that note, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Dr. Raheja and Dr. Anil Gurtu, for joining us here on Newsnight and helping us understand the importance of social distancing and containing this virus at this particular stage, because we should not allow it to become a community spread, because at that, once it does that, then it's going to be pretty difficult to contain it. So that is why we are taking these measures, and everyone must cooperate. Moving on to our next story then. In a major announcement, the Indian Railways has said that no passenger train will originate from any railway station in the country from the 21st midnight to 10 p.m. on Sunday. Mail and express trains will also stop services from 4 a.m. on Sunday. All suburban train services to be reduced to a bare minimum as well. The passenger train services already will be running at 7 a.m. Now, on the 22nd of March, they will be allowed to run to their destinations. The IRCTC has ordered the closure of all onboard catering services in mail or express trains from March 22 until further orders. This is in view of the coronavirus outbreak. The IRCTC has also decided to close all food plazas, refreshment rooms, Jan Ahars and cell kitchens until further notice. Now, the static units supplying meals to prepaid trains which are in operation may continue to operate. The onboard catering services in mail express trains and TSV trains, they should be closed until further notice. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Friday met ministers and officials of the Civil Aviation, Animal Husbandry, Tourism and MSME ministries to take stock of the situation following the coronavirus outbreak. The Finance Ministry is compiling various demands of these sectors which are severely impacted by the coronavirus COVID-19.
The SEBI has come up with a list of regulations which will also sort of keep the markets a bit stable, I would think. At the moment, we are at the critical stage of collecting everybody's input, and also the ministry is working in detail about all the inputs which have come. task force is not yet constituted, but as it is the ministry, because keeping in mind the sense of urgency with which we have to do this, we are holding the meetings. Of course, the task force, when it is constituted, will also get the benefit of these meetings.
Nepal on Friday pledged nearly US dollars 1 million contribution to the SARC Corona Emergency Fund, which was proposed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India has made an initial offer of US dollars 10 million to combat the viral epidemic, the pandemic that has spread across the world in the region, pledging 100 million Nepalese rupees or US dollars 8,35,657 contribution to the SARC Corona Emergency Fund. The Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, in his speech, urged citizens to remain calm and to maintain patience as he assured his government's full support in fighting the disease. Meanwhile, the European Parliament has first reported a virus case. Pakistan has reported the third corona death, with confirmed cases jumping to 464. Let's take a look at what's happening around the world relating to the COVID-19.
Toxic coronavirus has expanded its impact across the world. According to World Health Organization, COVID-19 has reached to over 168 countries of the world. The number of cases of infections from the virus has surpassed 2 lakh and the death toll has crossed 10,000 across the world. The pandemic has raised panic and fear among people in the world. Saudi Arabian King Salman bin Abdulaziz has called on solidarity and cooperation to tackle the worldwide menace of novel coronavirus.
Continuing the hard work in this difficult time can only take place through solidarity and cooperation, the pursuit of positive spirit and strengthening individual and collective awareness.
China, Iran, Italy, Spain, Korea and Germany are the 6 first affected countries of the world. Italy has lagged China behind in the number of deaths. The country registered more than 3,400 deaths from the deadly virus. Although Hubei, the epicenter of COVID-19, has shown new rays of hope to the world in fight against the disease. It has not recorded any new case of COVID-19 since last 2 days. While in South Korea, the number of cases of infections rose to 87, taking the total cases to more than 8,650. In a bid to tackle COVID-19 outbreak, South Korea, Japan and China held a meeting through video conferencing. Singapore has also reported 40 new cases of the virus, which are mostly imported from outside.
We had confirmed and verified an additional 40 new cases of COVID-19 infection. That brings our total number of cases since the start of the outbreak to 385. Of the 40 new cases that we've confirmed and verified, 30 of them are imported cases, and the remaining 10 are local cases.
The number of cases of the horrible virus in Sri Lanka has crossed 50, due to which a curfew of 60 hours has been imposed. Meanwhile, Palestinian worshippers scuffled with Israeli police in East Jerusalem on Friday as crowds headed to Al-Aqsa Mosque to pray, amid a partial lockdown imposed to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. France police in the southern city of Nice is using drones which roams across the city, reminding citizens of confinement measures. Meanwhile, in Barcelona, airports were being disinfected. While Baltic countries have sent their cruise ships to evacuate the stranded citizens from Germany-Poland border. Residents of Zurich residents applauded health workers on the front lines of the global battle against the coronavirus. The celebrity gesture, which also takes place daily in other countries such as France, saw Swiss locals, some of whom have self-confined, applauding and cheering from their balconies and passing cars blaring their horns. In a latest measure to curb the impact of COVID-19, Argentina has also imposed a mandatory quarantine which came into effect from midnight on Friday morning until March 31st.
A toda la Argentina.
To all Argentines, from midnight of March 20, a preventive mandatory social isolation comes into effect. In other words, from that time, nobody can move from their residence. Everyone has to stay at home. It is time for us to understand that we are caring for the health of Argentines.
In New York, 22 deaths from COVID-19 have been registered, with more than 4,200 cases of infection. The governor of California has also issued a mandatory stay-at-home order for people. US President Donald Trump has called on US health regulators to expedite potential therapies aimed at treating COVID-19. US has also approved malaria drug hydroxychloroquine to treat the virus. Newsnight Desk, DD India.
Kamal Nath today put in his papers, in fact, as the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. He did so hours before the Supreme Court ordered floor test deadline. His government had stared at a certain defeat in the Assembly. This is after the Speaker had accepted the resignations of all 22 rebel MLAs. After Jyotiraditya Scindia had joined the BJP, 22 MLAs who are loyal to him also resigned from the Assembly, and with their resignations being accepted, the Congress's tally fell to 92.
18-day-long political drama ended on Friday after Kamal Nath quit as Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh hours before the Supreme Court ordered floor test deadline. At the press conference, Kamal Nath first highlighted the achievements of his government that lasted for 15 months and then attacked the BJP and finally announced his resignation, citing lack of majority.
मैंने ये तय किया है कि आज मैं राज्यपाल को अपना इस्तीफा दूंगा और इसका कारण एक ही है, जिन सिद्धांतों और मूल्यों का पालन मैंने किया है, मैंने साफ और स्पष्ट राजनीति करी।
After announcing his resignation, Kamal Nath went directly to the Raj Bhavan. He arrived there at around 1:15 p.m. and submitted his resignation to Governor Lalji Tandon, which was accepted. I am resigning from the post of Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Also, my best wishes to the new Chief Minister. He will always have my support in the development of Madhya Pradesh. BJP leaders expressed happiness and distributed sweets at BJP office in Bhopal after Kamal Nath's resignation. Senior BJP leader and former Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan scoffed at Congress allegations that BJP was behind the fall of Kamal Nath government. Speaking to media in Bhopal, he said that Congress government fell due to its own inner contradictions.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी सत्ता गिराने बचाने के खेल में नहीं रही। कमलनाथ जी मुख्यमंत्री थे, लेकिन उनके आसपास जो काम कर रहे थे श्री दिग्विजय सिंह जी, अब उनके कारण परिस्थिति ऐसी पैदा हो गई कि ये सरकार गिर गई।
कमलनाथ जी का भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर आरोप मिथ्या है और असत्य है। आज अगर कमलनाथ जी की सरकार गिर रही है, इसके लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी नहीं, कांग्रेस का आंतरिक विरोध जिम्मेवार है।
Meanwhile, the governor has asked Kamal Nath to continue as the caretaker chief minister till the new CM takes charge. Also, his resignation brought good tidings for the BJP, which has the magic number of 104 in the 230-member assembly, whose effective strength now is 206 after the resignation of 22 MLAs and death of 2 more. After former Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia quit the Congress, 22 MLAs, most of them loyal to him, had resigned from the assembly. After their resignations were accepted, it brought down the tally of the Congress to 92. A BJP leader said his party was now on the threshold of forming the government in the state. With Deepak Jain and Aditya in Bhopal, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
The 4 men convicted of gang rape and also the death of a Delhi woman on the 16th of December 2012 were hanged at pre-dawn today. The 20th of March will go down in history as an important day in the fight for justice. Now, after a lengthy legal battle, all 4 convicts in the Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case were hanged and justice was delivered to Nirbhaya. Nirbhaya's parents are elated at the news of the hanging of all the 4 convicts. They dedicated this day to all women.
The 7-year-old long wait was over when all 4 convicts were hanged. After several delays and pleas, the Delhi court ordered its decision and the rapists were hanged till death. In the last few months, all 4 convicts filed petition in the Supreme Court in a bid to reduce their sentence to life imprisonment. But the top court rejected their petitions, leaving the convicts with no other legal recourse.
जिस तरीके से निर्भया के लिए हम सब लोग एकजुट होकर के न्याय की मांग कर रहे थे और जो फाइट कर रहे थे, आज वो फाइनल मोहर लग गई है। माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने जो पवन गुप्ता का 32 का जुडिशियल रिव्यू था उसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया। आज सुबह 5:30 बजे इन सारे कन्विक्टेड को हैंग किया जाएगा और निर्भया के साथ जो दरिंदगी की थी उसकी इन सारे कन्विक्टेड को सजा मिलेगी।
The emotional mother expressed her happiness and dedicated the day to all daughters of the country. She also thanked the judiciary and the government. Nirbhaya's father termed the wait for justice as painful and agonizing, but asserted that finally justice has been served.
आज का दिन हमारी बच्चियों के नाम, हमारी महिलाओं के नाम, क्योंकि आज का दिन निर्भया को इंसाफ मिला, पूरे देश के बच्चियों को इंसाफ मिला। मैं सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। खासकर अब देर से ही सही इंसाफ मिला। मैं अपने जुडिशरी को, अपने न्याय व्यवस्था को, अपने राष्ट्रपति महामहिम को, अपने सरकारों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ कि जिस तरह से निर्भया के केस में डिले टैक्टिक्स अपनाई गई, एक एक करके पटिशन डाली गई, लेकिन जिस तरह से पटिशन डाली गई उसी तरह से हमारी अदालतों ने सक्रिय होकर एक एक पटिशन को खारिज किया।
निर्भया के लिए दिन ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे देश की महिलाओं का दिन है, न्याय का दिन है, सुरक्षा का दिन है, बहुत बड़ा दिन है। इस दिन को हम कितने भी व्याख्या कर लें कम पड़ जाएगा। क्यों कि आप जहां से भी आपको खबर मिलती होगी, हर जगह से एक ही होगा कि निर्भया को आज न्याय मिल गया, हम खुश हैं।
Hundreds of people gathered outside the Tihar Central Jail ahead of the hanging. The moment the convicts were hanged, people raised the slogan, Nirbhaya Zindabad. People from across the nation celebrated the long-awaited justice. Some also carried posters thanking the judiciary.
ये बहुत बड़ी जीत है, असत्य की सत्य की जीत है। आज एक रामन, एक दुर्गति, एक दरिंदों का अंत हुआ है।
सभी बेटियां अब अपने आप को कहीं ना कहीं सुरक्षित महसूस करेंगी और क्रिमिनल्स अभी पूरी तरह चुप तो नहीं बैठेंगे, पर मैं ये ज़रूर कहूँगी कि उन्हें इस बात का एहसास हो चुका है कि न्याय देर से ही सही पर मिलेगा ज़रूर।
The Delhi High Court awarded the death sentence to all 4 convicts, Mukesh Singh, Pawan Gupta, Vinay Sharma and Akshay Thakur, for the first time in 2013. The 23-year-old physiotherapy student died from her injuries days after being assaulted by 6 men on a moving bus. The horrific crime triggered a firestorm of protest in India in ways that had not really been seen before.
For Nirbhaya's parents, it has been a long and painful journey to get justice for their daughter. But this battle, they fought tirelessly and ensured that not only Nirbhaya get justice, but the existing loopholes in the judicial system must be addressed as soon as possible. With cameraman Mohit Joshi in New Delhi, Vikas Sarthi for Doordarshan News.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hailed the efforts of people from various walks of life that have come together to support the initiative of Janta Curfew this Sunday, the 22nd of March, in an effort to contain the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. Influencers and achievers from various fields and several organizations have come out in support of the Janata Curfew and have also urged the nation to come together to make it effective. And we can see here the Prime Minister's tweets. Saina Nehwal there. All countrymen have to follow Janata Curfew on the 22nd of this month. Gaurav Sawant, Chitra Subramaniam, influential voices, the Prime Minister there quoting and tweeting. Hashtag India fights Corona. Let's all come together, is what the Prime Minister says. Distinguished film personalities also have come together in India fights Corona. Bipartisan support also, and Chandrababu Naidu, Honorable Prime Minister, has given this call and everyone should follow it. So people from various fields, champions in all their fields, coming forward in support of the Prime Minister's call for the Janta curfew on the 22nd of March and asking everyone to participate in it wholeheartedly. With that, we conclude this bulletin. Thank you very much for being with us on Newsnight. Namaskar.